What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the GoPro Hero 9. Now, the GoPro Hero 9 has been with me for some time. Now, I mainly use this for vlogging. So if you're looking for information regarding action sports and things like that, then this is not the video for you. I mainly use this camera for vlogging and getting some B-roll shots, things like that, where I don't jump off a cliff kind of thing. These are just me walking and talking kind of shots. That's what I use this camera for. So I'm going to keep this video very simple. I'm going to talk about 3 reasons why you should buy this or why you should consider this in 2024 and 3 reasons why you shouldn't. And then I'm going to give you guys my opinion. So let's talk about the negatives first so we can get that out of the way. The first negative is the battery. The battery on this, right now I have the Enduro battery in this. But the battery that comes with it is not the Enduro battery, it's the normal standard GoPro battery. And those batteries don't tend to last long. And it takes quite a long time to charge, which is sometimes can be very pain in the arse. Especially when you're outside trying to vlog and when your battery runs out, you either need to have extra batteries or you should have a power bank. But when you do have a power bank and if you try and charge this up, it just takes too long, and that's not a good thing at all, especially when it comes to an action camera. And nowadays you can get DJI or cameras where the battery can charge up like pretty fast, at least a lot faster than this. Another negative about this camera would be the 10-bit color. This doesn't have any 10-bit color. Now, if you're vlogging, you might not be keen about 10-bit color. You might be okay with just 8-bit, which is understandable, but nowadays, 10-bit is the new standard, which means if you wanted to match the colors of this with your main camera, with your mirrorless Sony camera or whatever camera that you have, you're gonna find it a bit difficult. So that can be a bit annoying. So if you have multiple cameras and you're trying to match the colors, 8-bit color might fall apart. But if you're not into color grading, then this should be fine. But for me, I'm getting into color grading. I want to learn a bit more about colors and things. So I would appreciate it if it had 10-bit. But obviously, this is a very old camera. Asking for this to have 10-bit is like, yeah, it's not it doesn't work. I can't ask this camera to have 10-bit color, for a camera that's this old. And the last negative about this camera is it doesn't have a 3.5mm jack. Now, we all know when it comes to vlogging or in any video production, audio is very important. And in fact, it might be more important in some cases. It might be more important than the video, which means not having a 3.5 jack can be really frustrating. Now, the audio mics on this itself is pretty good. If you're really close to the camera, it picks you up very well, and it's actually sound pretty good. But when you're further away or when there is wind, not having the capability of adding an external mic onto this becomes really annoying, and it just degrades your video, which is not good. Now, you can add external mics onto this, but the only way you can add that is if you buy something called the GoPro Media Mode, which is something that you have to buy externally, and it adds weight, and you have to pay more for it as well, which is not ideal in this day and age. Alright, so now let's talk about the plus of this camera. Now, this is now a very old camera, which means it has some good things about it. The first one is the price. This is now cheap as dirt. If you can find it in the second-hand market. You wouldn't be able to get this brand new. You might, but it doesn't make sense to buy an old camera brand new. So look out for the second-hand market. Get something cheap, and because it's very well built, GoPros tend to be strong and durable. So you can find a decent one in the second-hand market without worrying too much. And the next reason you might want to get this is actually pretty good when it comes to vlogging, because this was the GoPro that first introduced with a front-facing screen. It meant that when you wanted to vlog, you could see yourself. The screen is not that big, but it's actually doable. So that is a really good reason why you want to buy something like this, because it has a front-facing camera. You can actually vlog with this without any issue, apart from obviously the audio, but it's doable. And the last point I want to make is the specs. This might seem very old now, but this is still capable of shooting and keeping up with all the cameras out there right now, apart from 10-bit colors, of course. This has 4K and it can even shoot up to 5K. So if you wanted to shoot 5K, this is still a decent camera to buy. So what is my opinion on this? Now, if I was you, and if I didn't have any other camera, then of course I would buy this. I can get it for cheap. Looking at the second-hand market, this will be a go-to camera for me. Now this camera is actually better in terms of heat compared to my GoPro Hero 10, which is surprising. I know obviously the GoPro Hero 10 is more capable when it comes to video resolutions and things like that. But if you're worried about heat, then I would go for this instead of the GoPro Hero 10. Another thing that I would think about if I was in the market for a camera is GoPro tends to come out with a new camera in September. So we are very close to that timeline, which means we are looming around the GoPro Hero 13 to come out. So if that comes out, hopefully all the prices of GoPros that's older, like the 11, the 12, or the 10, it might come down. So if you can hold off until GoPro announces a new camera, it might be worth it. You might be able to pick up the 11 or even the 12 for a much more cheaper price. So am I using this? Well, yes and no. I moved away from GoPro recently because it doesn't make sense for me to invest in more GoPro when it wasn't looking that good. So I'm not a fanboy. I'm not a fan for GoPro, DJI or Instas. I just prefer a camera that actually works. So after the GoPro 10, I went to DJI, which is what I have now. So if I was you, that's what I would go for. So GoPro is still good. It's still not that bad when you compare it to some other brands, but I just feel like DJI seems to just lead the industry right now. Maybe we don't know, maybe the GoPro 13 might be so much better, but we never know. But right now, my honest opinion is if you are in the market looking for an action camera, I will steer you towards DJI. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys got something out of this video and I helped you make a decision. Remember, if you're getting into vlogging, it doesn't matter what camera you have, you can shoot even with your phone. Just start creating videos and from there you will learn so much and you can improve, just like I'm trying to do. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more video. I will be doing a lot more videos soon because I've got quite a lot of gears coming up and yeah, I want to just get into this YouTube and see where that goes. If you have any feedbacks, I would really appreciate it because I'm just getting into YouTube and I'll be grateful for any of you guys giving me feedbacks. And yeah, that's it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.